I can't wait for you to meet my next guest. Her name is Robin Harris. I have been so looking forward to this interview. This is the most extraordinary woman who has a voice that speaks from the heart on the deepest level of awareness. And she's just publishing her first book. I think it's her first book. I'll check with her in a minute. And this book is called Take a Walk on the Wild Side. I read the book myself, and honestly, I was blown away. There's such depth of understanding, but there's such a heart of suffering that lived through such deep experiences personally, so that she could be here to talk to you and to talk to me and to share her experiences for the benefit of everyone. Because the truth is, the experiences we have in our lifetime are a divine gift for our awakening. And she's sharing this precious gift with you and I today. I really, really want you to warmly welcome my friend and colleague and peer, Robin Harris. Welcome, Robin.
Hello, and thank you. Thank you for such an introduction, SaraSai. That's amazing.
Oh, Robin, last night I finished your book. You sent it to me a while ago, but I finally finished it. I pre-read it, but then I wanted to go back and drink every word of it. Honestly, I enjoyed every sentence, every single sentence. There's so much openness and trust and honesty and authenticity. This is what the world is screaming out for, to have us communicate from our true voice, our heartfelt inner being expressed authentically so that we can be known.
That's very much a part of the book. How do we reconnect with that part of ourselves that many of us, through various different situations and circumstances in our lives, may have, to a greater or lesser extent, stepped back from because it didn't feel safe to be fully our authentic selves. So the book is that journey. How can we reconnect more fully, plug in, tune into, and express our uniqueness? Because we are all, for a purpose, unique. The world would be a boring place if we were all the same. But it's how do we then share that voice, feel safe to share that voice?
Yeah. You know, this is one of the things I loved about the way you wrote. Have you written a book before?
No, I've written articles and blogs and that sort of thing, but never a book. This is my first book.
This is incredible. You're a natural writer. Because you write from your heart, it's completely relatable. You know, people won't read much nowadays. I know you're going to do an audio version of this, but it's not a long book. So it's something that people, I think, will read, because once they open it up, they're brought immediately into the inner sanctum of your heart, into your life. And the honesty with which you write is really quite extraordinary, I think. It took so much courage to write and trust. It shows me the journey you've made from fear and lack of trust to complete trust. To share this book with the world, you have to be at home in yourself to be able to share on the depth of honesty about some of the most painful experiences without sounding like a victim. There was no trace of victim in it. And that's what makes this extraordinary as well.
And I think it's also my journey from being a victim, from being in victimhood, to realizing that was not serving me. And I was not able to get well, to be in wellness, unless I stepped away from that victimhood. So it is a journey of mine from victimhood into that sense of I am the power that I need. I can own that. It's not a power over, but it's a power with, and it's an empowerment. And just being able to know that in that kind of just quiet knowing, not having to shout about it, because it just is.
Yeah.
And sometimes when you're shouting about it, it's like I'm having to make sure that people understand this, rather than just knowing, well, it is. And
you're coming from a negative, and a negative needing to overcome something. You're coming from resistance. Yeah.
A sense of lack.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But this is what the gift of this book, I think, can be, because in sharing that, you're bringing consciousness to the journey from victim to victor.
And it is very much about consciousness and being conscious and aware and living from that place of presence and consciousness.
But the difference is
choices.
Yeah. But the thing is, Robin, you had a very, very personal story to share, which we'll go into a little bit. I want people to have the journey themselves, but we will talk a little bit about it as much as you feel comfortable. But I suppose because the book is out in the open, you're comfortable, right? But
absolutely, yes.
But I found myself in the story. And I think every person who reads this story, and particularly maybe women, I don't know, but I feel it will really resonate with women. The depth of hurt we feel as a default, the depth of lack of safety, which is not diagnosed in our society. It's not even part of the conversation of awareness as a default in our existence. The fact that we don't feel safe to be ourselves until we do. And of course, that's the spiritual journey. So there's nothing wrong. From my point of view, it's like a karmic journey also in bringing consciousness to whatever was unconscious, to drop past karma, past actions which may have stopped us, and to be liberated in the light of consciousness in this lifetime. So,
and I think it's always a journey.
Yeah.
And we may not get to the end of that journey in this lifetime.
Yeah.
But the point is the journey. It's that thing of don't worry too much about the destination. Obviously, you have a goal in sight or an intention that you're working towards. But it's more about just every step along the journey and enjoying, bringing joy into and consciousness, bringing those into every step along the journey. And that's the point of it, not the destination.
Yeah.
It's just that evolution and the growing and the learning and the wisdom that comes from every step along the way.
Yeah, beautiful.